So anytime we as humans experience something new, whether it be driving in a car or reading a book or watching a movie or playing a sport, some of what we experience is missed. We see some things, we catch some things, we catch some words, we get some meaning. There's a lot that we take on board. But inevitably, due to the fact that there is so much involved and we're taking in all this stimulus, there are things that we miss. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Our brain has to prioritize the amount of information that it's getting, the images that it's seeing, the things that are kind of jumping out at us, and it has to, A, stay safe as a human, so categorize things in terms of safety, and then place things in terms of importance. Now again, this is totally natural and this is part of being a human, but where this process can go awry is if we fail to circle back and re-examine the things that we've experienced already. If we have one experience and we classify that as the thing, we have set ourselves up for failure. Whether it's reading a book and saying, oh yeah, no, I got the entire gist of that book, every single word, or whether it's watching a movie and saying, no, that wasn't in the movie and that wasn't the meaning behind it, or whether it's on a drive and you're like, yeah, no, that wasn't there, I didn't see it. Just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it wasn't there. And that's the important takeaway here. All of this brings me to one of my favorite quotes by Greg Glassman. Stick to the basics, and when you feel you've mastered them, it's time to start again. Begin anew. Again with the basics, and this time, pay closer attention. So often in our space of human performance and human growth, what we do is not stick with the basics. We learn something once, we move on from it, we put it into practice maybe once or twice, and we say that worked or that didn't work, and then we go on to the next thing. It's only natural that we want to kind of continue to progress with our education and our knowledge. But what you're going to understand as you've been in this space for longer and longer, and you'll see this for the people who've been in the space for 10, 20, 30 years, is you re-examine back to the very foundation of what you're doing. And the things that truly matter, the things that truly impact people are the basics. So again, do yourself a favor. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to your gym, you owe it to your clients, you owe it to your members, like every person around you, you owe it to, especially if you're going to be a professional within this space, is to re-examine the basics. Is it important to continue to educate and go off onto nuanced paths? Absolutely. Do as much continued growth as you can, but understand that before you come out with some brand new grandiose theory, circle back to the basics. Circle back to the things that are very simple. Not easy, but simple. And re-examine them closer to see if there's something that you missed. I guarantee you there is. Whether it's human movement, or whether it's your understanding of human performance, or nutrition, or sleep, whatever it is, re-examine it a little closer. Pick it apart a bit more. Ask the tough questions of yourself and the situation. Why could that be caused? What's going on? This constant re-examining of the basics over and over and over again produces a type of person who does the very, very common things, the basics, very, very well. And this goes for whether it's programming or whether, again, this is nutrition coaching. If you do common things extremely well, you're working your way towards virtuosity. Virtuosity is what we're striving for. To be truly amazing at the basics and have the capacity to go to more complex spaces if you need to. But I urge you, examine the basics again. If you feel like you've done a great job of that, go back again. Look closer. Good luck out there. Stay virtuous.
Woo-whoa.